Annalisa, when did you first realise there was something wrong with your legs?
I started to have really bad joint aches at a music festival I was at, and I was thinking, oh God, I think I'm getting the flu or something. But I'd had this little red mark on my leg that I thought was just a gnat bite, and I ended up in the medical tent and sort of being rushed to hospital. Well, I was actually kept in hospital for a while, but then, yeah, it sort of happened year after year. It happened really, really bad in 2009, I think, and I had this really painful ulcer that within a few days just went vroom, and I was literally just crying so much. Just,
with the pain?
Yeah, I was on all the sort of home drugs you can take, like, you know, paracetamol and ibuprofen. Nothing was hitting it. It was like,
so literally it went from what, something the size of a fingernail,
just
to
vroom, really quickly.
Something the size of an orange?
Yeah, really quickly.
Did you go to the doctor?
Yeah, and they were just like, oh, I don't really know what this is, and they weren't really helping me, so I sort of went and banged on the doors of dermatology, and like, please let me in. And they were like, you have to be referred to your GP, and I was like, oh no, please. And then luckily one of the doctors had got an emergency appointment for me, so I saw one of the dermatologists, and then they started giving me sort of loads of hardcore drugs. And
what was actually happening to your legs at this time then? Was it the ulcers?
Yeah, it was ulcers. They're just below, sort of, you know, around this area.
But sort of round about your shin?
Yeah.
Lots of them? Or?
Yes, lots of them. And I've got like massive scars, and, you know, they open up and they look horrendous, horrific.
And what sort of treatment were you getting while all this was happening?
I was well, steroids, which in turn has made me really fat, and lots of other problems.
But were you self-medicating what was happening to your legs?
No, I've seen consultants, rheumatologists, dermatologist, and then I got to see a pain consultant.
Describe your life to me before this music festival and what you thought was an insect bite. What kind of a life did you lead? I mean, how active were you? How involved were you in life?
I was very active, went to music festivals, roller skated, biked, swam, went to the gym, had my own business teaching music to kids, so that was lots of running around and jumping and being juvie, you know. And I'm a mother as well, so...
After this hit, what did that do to your life?
Oh, God, just completely stopped, basically. It's done, because it was just... at one point I was in a wheelchair, because every time I put pressure on my feet and the soles, it felt like they were going to burst. So I've still got the same mind, but the body is going, no, I need a rest. Because it's fighting constantly anyway, inflammation. And then anything extra on top of that is kind of exhausts me. So I get really, really tired, and I don't sleep well in the night because of pain. And yeah, it's had a massive impact. I mean, I just feel I'm barely existing. I'm not really living, you know. It's had a massive, I had to give up my business, which is a real shame because I loved that.
So since you've been coming to this clinic, what difference has that made to the condition of your legs?
Well, really good actually, because they weren't healing before I came here, and you know, it's really good here because they get all the latest sort of you know, dressings and stuff, so they can try things out, and you go, oh, let's try this is not working, let's try that. But they don't just offer that here. They're really good at it's an overall thing, really, because they talk to you. I would have been lost without them, these guys. They've been my lifeline. I always sort of come out giggling or smiling. If I come in crying, I often go out smiling because they cheer me up. So they're actually therapists as well as nurses and specialists, because they do give you time. And it's real, it's genuine, it's not false. Do you know what I mean? They're really... I love them. I like my family now.
And can you see an improvement in your legs?
Yeah, majorly.
In what way? Describe to me the difference now compared with what they were when they were at their height, at their worst.
Well, because I was bandaging them myself, and I didn't really know I didn't know about, like, you know, they do figure of 8, which is compression, light compression when you've got lots of pain. You can't take the proper compression, and so I didn't really know. I was just sort of using my own initiative, and so obviously when I came here, they know what heals. They've been experienced in seeing it. I mean, they don't necessarily know my disease very well because it's quite a rare one, but still.
They understand legs.
Yeah, and they involve me in it. They're not sort of patronising or, do you know what I mean? They're like, well, what do you want to try? Would you like to try this? Or we've got this new one, what do you think about this? And so they really involve you in it, which is great, because then you feel like, you know, you're really, you know, it's part of you, so it does feel a bit weird. One week, there was this, the nurse Anna, who I usually see, we took them off and we were both like, wow, that has healed within a week, because I'd stopped, you know, started to give up smoking. I'm still having the odd one here and there. But, and now I've seen that, I'm like, I've got to do it for my legs.
You've got the impetus now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a reason to give it up. How do you see your future now with your legs?
I don't know, it's really hard, because I've had these sort of about 3 times now. And then when this hit in March, again, I was just like, oh no. Oh no, not that again. I've got to go through all that again, and the pain and the boredom of just lying there with your legs elevated in the air at home and watching daytime telly. And I'm just not one of those people. I'm a real doer, and just felt really depressed, actually. Really got me down.
So how supportive were they here at the hospital when you went through that?
Oh, they're brilliant here. They're the only actually people that are really supportive, because no one else understands. It's really hard to explain it to people, the impact overall it has on your life, because it's just, that is your life. You're ill, and my life consists of coming to the hospital, and that's quite exciting for me. Coming to get my bandages is quite exciting. You have to make jokes out of it, because it is just so hard, you know. I am a survivor, so I will survive. I will survive. I feel a song coming on.
I'm sure you will. Annalisa, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming and joining us today.